Hey, this is Steve from EndurancePath.com. Got a 2-minute topic of the week I want to talk about. I want to talk about the ability to keep up with that pack at the race start versus having to take 3 to 5 miles to get warmed up. See if these two things are missing, because I always hear a lot of people talk about, I need 3, 4, 5 miles to get warmed up. So, one, if you don't train or practice that way, and whether you have a structured training or not, but regardless, if you never hit the trails hard right from the start, right from the parking lot, right from the trailhead, and go on a hammerfest, you're not going to be able to do it in a race either, right? You got to practice it. Your body has to adapt. If you don't train that way, don't practice that way, you're not going to race that way. Secondly, a lot of people will dial back on everything as they approach to their race. And again, this is whether you've got structured training or not, right? This applies to everybody. You know, as you get a week or two out before that race, people have a tendency to just to pull back on everything. By all means, pull back on the mileage or hours. I kind of track everything by hours versus mileage. But don't pull back on the intensity. Don't increase the intensity, but keep some of that intensity there. If you're going to do some intervals or whatever, shorten them up a little bit. Do less of them, right? But, you know, the week of the race, I'll still go do out a shakedown ride, and I'll put some hard efforts in there. You have to exercise that cardiovascular system. Otherwise, you're going to show up on race day, and if you show up on race day and it's been a week to 2 weeks since you've kicked that heart rate up, by all means, it's going to hurt, and your body's going to shock your system, and it's not going to be comfortable. So you have to practice it, you have to exercise it, you got to keep that heart rate moving. So anyways, I'm sure there's some folks that agree. I'm sure there's some that disagree. I'm sure there's some folks that have some different thoughts and ideas on it, things to add to the conversation. Leave some comments on Facebook. Send me some messages. Maybe we get some discussion going. But thanks for tuning in.